Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of collecting new in-box Tamiya cars. We're gonna have a look at the first episode, the first series, which are 12 scale cars. You see a pile of cars over here and we're gonna have a look at all three of them. The first one is of course the very first car Tamiya made, the Porsche 934 RSR. As you might know, it was initially made as a static model kit, but Tamiya also changed it into a RC car kit. And when you look at the side of the box, you see here that they mention the car is suitable for radio control. We're gonna have a look why they said it was suitable for radio control. So when you open the box, this particular car has been signed by Mr. Tamiya, so I'm pretty proud of that. So when we open the box, we will have a look at the contents. So the first thing you see is the body itself. This is a white body because it's one of the first kits that Tamiya ever made. The later kits, they had a green body, but this dates from 77, January 77, so it's a white one. You see all the accessories, the lights, the bumpers, the window rubbers, all the plastic parts for the radiators, the doors, and something that's different from the original plastic model kit are green windows. The plastic model kit had white windows. This is something neat as well. It's a leaflet from Richard Constance, who was the importer of the UK back then, with a price list of all the different accessories for the ACOMS transmitter. When we take a look at the manual, you will see that the manual is basically around the making of the assembly of the body. So it's many pages on how to assemble the body. Something you must have been a real hero to drive those cars back then, because it was only protected, so your valuable work was only protected by this small bumper. It wasn't even a plastic bumper, it was a steel bumper. The tires were real rubber tires. I think they were the same as the kit, and the wheels are the very nice Fox wheels. Another thing which is interesting is that this car was the only one to have a very small 360 motor. So the later ones, they had a 380 motor, but this had a 360 motor. If you look at the sprues, they're really magic. They perfectly packaged, and it also has a decal set with which you can make two versions: the Jägermeister one and the Vaillant one. The later ones only had the Vaillant ones. So I'm gonna quickly put this back into the box, and then we will have a look at the second car, which is the Toyota Celica. The Toyota Celica is also an interesting car because it's the very first, no, not the very first car, but one of the first cars with a bigger 550 motor. So all the other road cars, the 12 scale road cars, they had a small motor, but this one came with a big 540 motor. This car isn't really in good condition. I think I paid $750 for it. I overpaid it a bit. When you look at it, the packaging is different from the 934. It still has the same layout, but you see that this car is already much more a real proper radio controlled car. You see the big motor over here, the 540 motor, and it was a competition special, so they made it for racing. The first competition special car was the Lamborghini Countach. This was the second one, the Toyota Celica LB Turbo. It also had full bell bearings, and everything in real Tamiya style is properly packaged. This small box contains the wheels, the glue to put the big sponge tires on there. You see, they had really nice sponge tires. These are sponge tires as well, but the front section, the front tires, the middle section of the front tires is actually rubber. So if you go straight ahead, you didn't use the sponge that much. And this is already the newer type of bumper, so a completely ABS bumper. Some other small bits and pieces, and this, something I quite like, is the old type of Tamiya wrench or box, you see over here. Of course, the newer ones, they all look like this, so it's a bit different. I'd like to know when they actually change it from this style to the newer style, but I'll probably find out when I open more of these cars. So this car, interesting because it was a competition special car made for racing, and I think it was pretty fast. I used one. I had a Lamborghini Countach back then, and it went up to 40 kilometers per hour. And then this one came out in the 80s. It's the very first Racing Master Mark 1, so Racing Master chassis. So if you look at the box, it promises to be something really exciting, especially because it has a crazy car on there. The car actually exists. It was driven by Jackie X, one of the best Belgian RC drivers now. One of the best Belgian drivers ever. He was actually champion with this car in the Can-Am series. Can-Am was Canadian-American sports car racing. Jackie, of course, was Ferrari driver. He won 5 times the 24 Hours of Le Mans. If you look at this car, you see things are getting even more exciting than with the Celica LB Turbo, the competition special. So over here you've got a big black 550 SD motor, a very fast motor back then, full ball bearings. You had differential aluminium parts, really big and fat rear tires. If you look at them with special wheels, you also had different gear ratios you could choose from. So this is a car where they actually included pinions, different gear ratios, ball bearings, differential parts. Oh, we look at this back. Oh, this is really nice. It seems stupid, but these are actually aluminium screws. The first time they used aluminium screws, they are super lightweight and very good. I used them in some of my racing cars later on. What else have we got? The bumper, of course. It has a front and a rear bumper. This is the rear bumper, the front end bumper, spoiler. If we quickly go through it. This car actually also had a Lexan body. So up till the previous ones, all the cars had hard plastic bodies, but this one had a really nice Lexan body, so it saved weight and it was much faster than the previous cars. And of course the manual with also the date stamp on it, so you see it's made in September 1980. So these are the first cars I wanted to show you. I will put some detailed pics in between, and in the meantime, if you've got questions or so, please ask. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye.